everyone, after waiting for 9 years, we finally have the Survivor 47 cast, and it is one of the worst things my eyeballs have ever bestowed, and now I'm going to curse you and share the cast with you.
The adjectives that I used to describe myself, or other people used to describe me.
Gay, Indian, and gay.
I'm just gonna say it. Adorable.
Bro just broke his entire spine after saying adorable. And this is Kashan Patel, I think.
Part of being an ER doctor is strategizing and prioritizing.
Is part of being an ER doctor wearing that stupid shirt? Because I'm pretty sure it's not Kashan, so why are you wearing it?
Nights to days, gunshot wounds to stab wounds.
Kashan here seemed a little bit too happy to say gunshot wounds and stab wounds. Are we sure he's not the one doing them?
I was very strategic about when I came out. My parents...
Bro really just uttered the words, I was very strategic when I came out of my parents. What in tarnations, Billy?
Everybody wants to find an idol, but idols are like curses now.
That can't be a real accent. I refuse to believe so. Also, he said idols are curses, so I'm pretty sure he's only seen the last season of Survivor.
So, individual immunity works just fine for me. That one I don't have to overthink.
This guy is using the caveman logic. Me no like idol, idol bad, me good, me strong, me win challenge. Sam Felon. Wait, this guy's a felon?
It's me and my brother sitting cross-legged as Jeff is reading the votes in Survivor Cook Islands. We're just chanting, Ozzy, Ozzy.
Tell me you're a racist without telling me you're a racist. This guy didn't want an Asian person to win. What the heck, Buster?
Jeff reveals the last vote. Yule. Tears.
I'm gonna break into Preston Play's house here and steal all of his kidneys for saying this about Yule. What the flip, bro?
Sports and Survivor were like two of my things growing up, and I hit the age where you kind of realize, okay, not gonna be a professional athlete for a living.
First of all, you're not gonna be a professional athlete because you look like a stand-up comedian mixed with a YouTuber. And second of all, what was that demonic whispering? What was that?
I think in sports reporting, you have to know how to stroke an ego.
Oh, thank goodness. I thought that sentence was going to end very differently.
I've always been a little bit more than just the sports guy. I did musical theater. I did drama. I wrote poetry.
Did crack cocaine, robbed a few banks, poured the milk in before the cereal.
I have the ability to charm and disarm.
Oh yeah, buddy. Well, I have the ability to make any female walking alone at night extremely scared just from my presence. Andy Rude.
Computer learning and natural language. It's the science of language.
The science of language? So if I say like hi, would that be hydrogen? Get it?
I was really, really close with my cousin Ashley. She named me the godfather to her firstborn.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I don't think Ashley is old enough to have kids. Whose kid is that?
A year later, we lost Ashley to domestic violence.
Well, now I feel like a jerk, but also, why have this in your 1-minute intro to Survivor?
People are looking at me and thinking that I am another Austin. Solid, dependable, but ultimately beatable.
Austin was 2 seasons ago, and he played the exact same game Woo played. Why didn't you just say Woo?
See that in me? I can capitalize on that and just play like a snake.
I would just like to say that Austin also said, yeah, everyone's gonna think I'm a Woo, but I'm gonna play like Tony. But then he just played like Woo, so I'm assuming that's what this guy's gonna do too.
I swallowed a bug.
Are you kidding me, you disgusting freak? That bug probably had a wife and kids. It had a life of its own, and you're laughing about killing it? I would be crying for 3 weeks if I were you, pal! This is Kyle Oswald, aka the Bug Muncher.
I like to do this thing called the bump and run derby. There's lefts and rights, there's humps and bumps.
Of course this absolute goober likes to do destruction derbies.
The main goal of the game is to cross the finish line, and if that means putting somebody into the wall along the way, so be it.
Oh, I get it. He's saying the destruction derbies are like Survivor, because like in Survivor, if you need to push someone's head in the sand so they can't breathe and they die of suffocation, then like, so be it, you know, because you gotta win the game.
It's been preparing me for Survivor because there's a bunch of different strategies that you could take, but there's only one of us that are going to cross that line.
You could just tell the production asked him to make a comparison between destruction derbies and Survivor, and that's the best he could come up with.
I grew up kind of rough, lived in a house that didn't have electricity. It was just a little bit of a fumble.
This guy just said not living with electricity was a fumble. Yes, parents really fumbled the ball with that one, not gonna lie.
It really inspired me to want to do more with myself. So the home where I did a lot of my growing up, I've demolished that home.
Yeah, she really inspired me to do more with my life. So I freaking blew up my parents' house.
Feel a growth inside of me.
Hey, yo, pause to infinity and beyond, my brother. What are you talking about?
Oh, my moose. That's my girl. Moose is my daughter.
Is this guy on all of the drugs known to mankind?
I want to be remembered as the oldest woman to ever win Survivor.
You're gonna be remembered as the first lady to give me nightmares in my sleep, Mrs. Trump. Now, her name says Sue Smay, but I think they mean Sue Trump, because she looks just like Donald Trump.
Into the aviation industry, I'd have such a pushback from the men. I felt like they almost laughed at me.
Yeah, I would be scared too. You've seen what females do with cars. Imagine if they own a freaking plane.
Oh, I'm going to keep pushing forward, and none of them mattered.
Immediately cuts to a shot of all men. That is funny.
Everyone in the area knows who we are.
Yes, we get it, lady. You're Donald Trump's mother. No one cares.
We need more women in the aviation industry. Only 6% is women.
Man, can we get that down to like 0, please?
And I was totally underestimated. Coming here, I feel it's going to be very similar.
But being underestimated is one of the best things you can be in Survivor. Why are you mad about it?
If I were introducing myself, I would say this is John Lovett. He is a former presidential speechwriter and TV writer. He is now a podcast host, and he's best in small doses.
This is literally the nerd emoji as a human being. This is John Lovett, but I don't love it, so his name's a lie.
Being a speechwriter is about figuring out the best way to convince a bunch of people.
This is the face of someone who is about to be executed for giving Obama a bad speech.
You or agree with you or support you.
What the freak is Joe Biden doing in this picture? Biting air? What is happening?
I think that's a lot of what Survivor is. Final Tribal, it's a political campaign, it's an election.
It would be really funny if this guy and Donald Trump lady were at the Final Tribal Council together.
It'll be okay. Once I get talking, you'll see. It's worse for me than it is for you. I'm just an odd person.
Brother, anyone that looks like they're shadowboxing in a picture with Joe Biden eating air is a weird person.
But the problem is, I'm a terrible liar.
So that's why I went on a game where you have to lie your little booty butt off.
So, I don't know. I'm gonna be really, really grateful if I'm here on like day 4.
Why did you even apply to the show, you stinky little dinkle? This is Genevieve Mashuluk, a war crime of a name.
I am a corporate lawyer.
What? How are you a corporate lawyer, but a bad liar? Aren't those like the polar opposite things?
Which means my phone is going off all the time.
Those buttons on the elevator look like a microwave.
It's not that I have a passion for the law. I really don't.
Welp, that clip's going to be used against you in every single case you go against now.
I will absolutely not be telling people that I am a lawyer.
But you just said that you're a bad liar, so how are you going to... What is wrong with this lady?
I'm gonna win. And win by like unanimously. With no one ever voting for me throughout the whole game.
Oh, I think she's schizophrenic.
Cliche, and now it's not anymore. I want to make this a cliche again. I'm not here to make friends.
This guy looks like the caveman version of Argyle from Stranger Things. This is Gabe Ortiz.
Growing up, I had 2 older brothers, so
Obviously, my dad treated me like the family pet and put a leash on me and walked me around the park and whatnot.
I can cut corners, lie, cheat, and steal to get ahead.
Dude, I don't think you're supposed to say that about real life. That's for surviving.
And get little advantages that stack up throughout life.
Yeah, I got this one cool advantage one time, but all it said on it was restraining order. Like, what does that mean?
So I think being a talk show host is one of the perfect jobs to have coming into Survivor.
Now, I don't know how to say this nicely, but that is a stupid opinion.
I don't care about these people. They don't mean anything to me before this game, and if they don't mean anything to me after this game, it's not going to change my life at all.
This guy is definitely going to be crying on episode 3 saying, I didn't know I would get to know these people so well.
Just as green and vibrant and wonderful as it is on TV. I was thinking you guys had a little bit of a filter. It wasn't gonna actually be this gorgeous.
I never thought the Survivor used a filter to make the grass seem greener, but now I 100% do. This is Carolyn Vidmar, more like a Midmar.
Water polo is like a game of viciousness. When you're not sitting under the water, that's what the real war is. Kicking you underwater and like trying to drag on your bathing suit.
Bro, what? They do water polo? Also, how was Taylor Swift mentioned in Survivor before water polo?
The way I approached business school was I basically craft my own Survivor major.
Oh, that's a good idea. Just make your own majors in college so then you can give yourself an A and pass. Logic.
I don't think I come across as smart as I appear.
What? I don't think I come across as smart as I appear. That makes absolutely no sense.
I'm strategic, I'm cunning, I'm ruthless.
No, you're not. You get Starbucks every morning because if you don't, you get tired.
A lot of times when I'm around, people are laughing.
Are they laughing at you or with you?
I like to call myself a hoot.
Okay, thanks for answering my question. And also, her name is Sierra Wright.
I am actually a surgical nurse.
What is up with all of these surgical people this season? Is the final challenge going to be first one to give Jeff Probst a brain surgery wins?
So really, I end up being a lot of time the therapist.
If you were my therapist, I would no longer need a therapist because I would be dead.
Primates can turn to and be like, hey, I'm feeling down. I feel like I can bring that to them. People look at me and just see a little tiara on my head. There's so much more to Sierra than just pageants.
I mean, I had no idea you were in pageants, so I'm sure your cast wouldn't unless you bring it up, which I'm sure you will 24/7.
Being like a Phillies ball girl, playing softball my entire life.
If you've been playing softball for your entire life, how are you on Survivor? Isn't that a part of your life? I think I just caught you in a lie. It's not very Miss Delaware of you to be lying right now.
God, why am I crying so much right now?
Because Survivor is a notoriously racist show, and I'm sure they threw racist potions at you before they started this interview.
I don't do this. I don't like talking and stuff.
That was a goofy noise. Do it again for my amusement.
Woo!
This is Solomon Sol Yee.
I help people with neurodegenerative disorders like Parkinson's disease.
Bro is wearing a shower loofah on top of his head. That has got to go into style.
Just the rep. Neurosurgeons implant electrodes in the part of the brain that affects your movement. They're tremoring like crazy, and then all of a sudden, in an instant, those tremors are gone.
Yeah, but where do they go, though? Do they get like a paid vacation leave, or do you just fire them? Because that's kind of rude.
I've won over 200,000.
This guy went from I cured Parkinson's stuff. Yeah, pin it all on black, baby.
Obviously, there aren't many Koreans in Oklahoma, so I stood out right away.
You're gonna be Korean this season on your back. Get it like Korean. Yeah, you're gonna. Why did they cast a Looney Tunes character in Survivor? This is Tyena Hollums.
When you hear Hawaii, you think vibe, go with the flow.
When I think of Hawaii, I think of that one monster in Moana that was a giant volcano creature.
But in reality, I'm gonna be cutting throats.
Everyone says that, but I actually believe her. But like with a real knife, though.
I'm constantly seeing where I can grow and evolve as a human being.
Well, that's easy. Just grow some wings and start flying around.
I was a Division I college athlete, got my master's in educational leadership.
And you also turned into a flower. What is going on here, Missy?
I was an alternate for season 45. I was obviously pissed.
Hannah Rose is still getting dunked on, and I love that.
However, looking back on it, I'm so grateful that Hannah stuck it out for those 2 extra days.
Why? All she did was cry about it being hard. Huh?
We will be deplaning shortly, aka Jeff snuffing your torch. As you proceed out of the aircraft, go ahead and shaka back to us because it was not personal. We still love you anyway.
That was one of the most cringe things I have ever heard in my entire life.
I love people, I love games, I love like challenging myself, I love money. So like, what is there not to love about Survivor?
Mike Scoopin and Dan Spilo. This is Rachel Lamont.
I design user interfaces. When you're using an app, you don't necessarily notice the color.
Yes, I do, you stupid idiot. I know that YouTube is blue and Twitter is orange, you freaking moron.
No one's really like actually paying attention to the fact that I'm there all the time.
Me, when I am literally anywhere ever.
And just like a little neurotic and a little too much at times, and I think my husband—
Is that Hunter McNugget from season 46? Hunter, what are you doing, brother?
I hope that I can find somebody out here that has similar characteristics and is able to keep me in check.
Don't worry, you're not the only clinically insane person on the cast.
Here and I see like ants and bugs crawling.
I mean, that is kind of how the outdoor works, ain't it? This is TK Foster, aka TK Swagger.
Oh, when I was 14, I was diagnosed with FSGS. It's a pretty rare kidney disease.
You have got to be kidding me. Jeff Probst is so racist that he went to TK's 14th birthday party and jump kicked into his kidneys.
And I was told by 3 different doctors that I wasn't gonna make it.
It was just Jeff Probst dressed up as 3 different doctors.
Nothing's gonna be as bad as dying, right?
I don't know. I might choose death over sitting through an Amy Schumer comedy special.
I am exuberant, curious, and calculated. Calculated being my favorite word.
You are atrocious crap and cringe. Cringe be my favorite word. This is Anuka Dar, the daughter of Darman.
Dating apps. So one of my prompts is I'm convinced that I can win Survivor, and I've been collecting all the different responses of all these different men. You're not gonna win if I'm on the show.
I mean, they're not wrong though. Like if they're on the show, they're gonna be like, yo, I know that girl. She made this like entire thing about how she's gonna win Survivor. Like, we need to get her out of the game.
Or you really think you're gonna win? If you doubt my skill set, red flag.
If you're a stranger and you don't immediately believe that I'm gonna win Survivor and don't have unconditional faith in me, red flag, buddy.
Because I did grow up in a predominantly white area, I did change things about myself in order to fit in.
Did you use the bottle of mayo all over your skin, ma'am? Because I've seen that trick done before.
It was like a 15-second narration of a challenge going on.
All right, so we've got two teams, right? Two squads.
This man went on Survivor, used the term team, and then corrected it to squads. What are you doing here, buddy? We got Rome Cooney. What the freak?
What I do in esports is what Jeff does on Survivor. Jeff does all the shot calling, and that's exactly what I do in the video games. I've been traveling all around the world. I've been all the way to Saudi Arabia, casting $2 million Fortnite tournaments.
Well, but now Fortnite has been mentioned in Survivor, and not only is my day ruined, not only is my week ruined, but my entire year is ruined as of this moment.
I truly believe I'm by far one of the biggest threats out here to win this game.
I don't know how to put this, but if like your arm was a chicken leg, I would be very mad with the severe lack of meat on the bone.
My bucket list consists of everything from day 1 to day 26 that could possibly happen.
Even dying of dehydration, that's kind of a weird bucket list item, not gonna lie. And her name is Teeny, which is kind of a ironic name.
I've been developing my social game in life since I was about this big. I grew up dressing like a boy.
Wait, dressing like a boy means you're upping your social game? I've been upping my social game since I've been in diapers, bruh.
Wanted no attention for it, so had to distract them from...
Wait a minute, Buster. Is that Kinsey Petty from Survivor 46, huh? Well, guys, that's going to be the end of this video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. And let me know down in the comments, who is your favorite person from this cast reveal? I honestly don't really like anyone, not going to lie. But yeah, bye.
Hey everybody, this is Bruce here for Season 45 Survivor. Now, I, Bruce, the greatest Survivor player to ever exist, demand that all of you subscribe to Meme View. That's M-E-M-E, View, and hit the like button. Or, if you don't, you end up like me on Season 44. Alright? You don't want that, do you? Peace!